Hey, what's up? I've been watching Table Talk lately. They were talking about, when did you realize your parents were just people? I don't know. All I can do is speak for me and Phil. So we all got stories, I raised my kids. I'm pretty straightforward with them. I tell them not everything about me, but a lot about me and where it took me and what road it took me down, what path. Basically, raised Phil is my best friend. I talk to him like he was my friend, like he was my best friend. I do with my daughter now. I just tell them the realities of the world. Where it could take you, what it could do to you if you do things wrong. People, we don't come with handbooks. You have a kid and raise them the best we see fit. We give them the best knowledge we have. Of course, they're our kids. We give them our best. That's what I do with my kids. Only what I can conceive to be the best outcome for them. Whatever you do in life, be the best at what you do. Regardless of what it is, whatever makes you happy and whatever you want to do in life, just be the best at it. Because if you are, you'll be the top in that niche, whatever it is, you'll be the best at that. And as far as listening to your parents, we do have the wisdom. We have it. We've been there. We've been down that road. If you look at Phil in his video in Table Talk, you see him going, this is the outcome of this. And this is the outcome of that. Yes, of course, there's an outcome because most of the time, everything that he knows is I lived it. I usually don't give advice on things I really don't know about. That was just me as a parent. I mean, there was no book that came out when he came out, or my daughter came out. There was no book that came out with them. So, I don't want raise my kids to be a book. I wanted to have somebody that was educated, smart. As far as, keeping you credited and taking care of your bills, anybody who sees this, do me a favor, pay your bills. Because without credit, then you can't get that car and the house and the things that make our life semi-normal. Hey, if you want to live in a tent and live off the land, you don't need credit in this world. So credit is an important thing. It's something that you have to hold on to. You have to have it, and you need it. And as far as raising kids, you got to raise them. You got to raise them. You got to give them what you have inside you. That's what makes each one of us who we are. If my parents threw me into a nanny or something like that, I would probably be the most pretentious prick that would ever walk the face of the earth. I'm cocky as it is. If I was raised by a nanny, I'd probably step on everybody. I wouldn't have respect for a parent or what that person worked hard to do for me. If I was raised by anybody other than who I was raised by my parents, the people that had my best interest at heart, just like I have the best interest in my heart for my kids. It's a thing. Anybody, you're watching the show, your father's going to tell you something, you're not going to agree with it, but listen to it. Consider it. He might be right. Chances are, if it's a life lesson, he probably is right. But if your father's an asshole every day, then chances are he's just giving you another piece of asshole advice. If he's a guy who knows his shit and he knows his stuff and he has lived a life, listen to him, especially your mothers. Your mothers have that heart for you. Hey, some people have great mothers. Some people, mothers are totally transparent. They're not who they seem. Same thing with fathers. You could have a great father, or you could just have a guy who's sitting on the couch watching the game every Sunday and he's not there for you. And if that's your case, hey, my parents were gone when I was young. I had to learn on my own. So I took everything I learned from basically the streets. Everything I hustled and bustled and did, I did. I think Steve said if you went back to high school and you met your parents, if I met my kids when I was in high school, they'd be doing way different things right now. They'd probably be selling lids to you guys. I don't know. They'd be doing something. They'd be doing something that isn't on the up and up, I'm sure, without a doubt. So if you don't want to be that street hustler, that go-to guy for whatever you may need, there's a reason to listen to your parents, Because you don't want to be that hustler in the street, because there's a lot of things that do come your way that you do not want nothing to do with. You're going to have that moment in life where you just wish you could disappear and be gone, and you don't want it, trust me. And as far as your naming your kid, first boy, Phil, I love you. You don't got to be Junior. I never called you Junior. I never called you Junior. Ever did I ever call you Junior? No Junior. You're your own person. You were supposed to be Matthew. And 6 months later, your cousin was born and he became Matthew. Especially in the Catholic religion, you name your children after saints. We all raise our kids whatever way we see fit. Yeah. I try to raise my kids to be educated, have good credit, and be the best at whatever they do. You come to my attention only through this digital era that being happy with what you do is a thing, and it's a big thing. I mean, I didn't always be happy with what I did. I wasn't always happy with what I did, but I had to do it. It was money. It took care of my kids. It took care of me. Whatever I had to do to take care of any situation, regardless of what it was, it had to be done because money had to come into the house. If it was before my kids came, then that's on me. One thing I never really worried about was my kids ever judging me. I gave them, I raised them, I did everything I possibly could for them. I would never ever hurt them in any way. Phil did a video last week, I think it was another table talk, where they asked, would you bury a body or do something illegal for someone or anyone? And Lee was like, she was burying people. She had like 7 people that she would bury a body for. And Steve was dialing 911 on his mythological, his make-believe kid that you don't have yet. But to dial 911 on your kid, I don't know. I'm not that person. I could never in a million years do that. I'd die. I'd go to jail for my kid. I wouldn't never send my kid to jail. And the one thing that I saw in that video is that my son, of course, he's still my son. He would bury a body with me. Thanks, buddy. I need that guy. We all need that guy. We all need somebody who'd bury a body for. And, of course, the reason he would do it is he knows that there's no collapsing here. There's nothing that's going to hurt him, ever. Ever. Never hurt him. So anyway, guys, be good. Stay well. Hopefully I see you soon. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Ciao. Stay good. Peace out.